Hey guys, welcome back to Katie's Book Nook. My name is Katie, and I'm here today to do my Victober TBR. Please excuse my voice. I'm a little bit scratchy, throat. I don't know if it's allergies or a cold or what, but now that school's back in session, germs are everywhere. So it could be the change in weather. I know we've had crazy weather where I am. It's been in the 90s the past couple days, and then last week it was like 58, so go figure. So yeah, that's this talking situation that I have going on. But anyway, I'm here to do my Victober TBR. Like I said before, Victober is a month-long read-a-thon where you read Victorian books in the month of October. I'm so excited that I'm able to participate this year. Last year, I unfortunately was not able to participate just due to my scheduling conflicts. But I'm really, like I said, just stoked to be able to be a part of this. Victober is hosted by Kate Howe, Katie from Books and Things, Ange from Beyond the Pages, and Lucy from Lucy the Reader. I'll have all of their channels linked below. If you're not watching them, please make sure that you do. They are just wonderful, wonderful booktubers to watch. So they've come up with a bunch of categories, and this is my tentative TBR. I'm pretty strong on most of them. There's one or two that I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to follow through with this, but let's get right to it. So the first category is read a Victorian book by an Irish, Scottish, or Welsh author. So I am going for Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson. He was Scottish. I've never read this book. We'll see. If this is just fit the requirements, I had a copy of this. I want to make sure that this is definitely not the abridged copy, just because I bought this at a school book fair. When I have book fairs for my class, I tend to buy more books than the children. So yeah, this is my copy of this. I've never read this. I've never read anything by Robert Louis Stevenson. I do love Muppet Treasure Island, so when in doubt, just think of Tim Curry and Kermit the Frog, I guess. So we'll see how this goes. The next one is read a Victorian book that was recommended to you. So that was, for me, Far from the Madding Crowd by Thomas Hardy. I've never read any Hardy, although I tried to read Tess of the D'Urbervilles when I was far too young to understand or have interest in it, I guess. But a lot of my friends have been reading this lately. So I don't know if this is a good Hardy to start with. Let me know if you've read this and if you'd recommend another Thomas Hardy book to start with. But this was on my list for a while, and I figured it fit this perfectly. The next one is the one that I'm not 100% sure on yet. Is read a supernatural Victorian book. So I have Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Again, this is like the Scholastic School edition. This is also by Robert Louis Stevenson. I'm going to see how I do with Treasure Island, and that's really going to determine whether or not I'm going to read this one. It's not super long, which is kind of perfect for me. There's also a couple of short stories in here as well. So it's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and then The Bottle Imp, Markham, and The Body Snatcher. So I haven't read any of his short stories either. My one experience with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is the episode of Wishbone from the mid-90s. So if you grew up then, Wishbone was a show about a dog that journeyed into classic books, and there was always a side story with his owner Joe, and it kind of loosely related to whatever classic book that they were going over in the show that day. So Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde was definitely one of my favorite episodes. And then it's read a Victorian book by a female author. The Tenant of Wildfell Hall is definitely on my list. I love this edition as well. This is the Penguin English Library edition. It's just beautiful. I don't know if I can zoom in a little bit there so you guys can see it. So again, I've never read any Anne Bronte. This has been on a couple of TBRs and has yet to be read, so Victober, perfect time. And finally, read a Victorian book by, oh no, that's not it. Where is it? Read a lesser-known Victorian book. Sorry, I have my notes on the side here. Now, this is the book club, I guess, that Kate and Katie have, and it's Marchbanks, I think is how they pronounce it, and it's by Margaret Oliphant. I've never read anything by her, so I'm counting this as the lesser-known Victorian book because she's probably lesser known than, say, Charles Dickens or one of the Brontes. So yeah, that's my TBR. Have you guys read any of these books? Please link your TBRs down below so I can check your videos out, and I hope to see you all soon. Bye!